Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I appreciate you joining us. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you saw my earlier video, what did I make? The hamburger potato casserole. You saw this in the background cooking. I saw some nice chickens today that were on sale. So I grabbed 2 chickens and decided I'd make a chicken salad and also make chicken stock to can because I'm on my last jar of chicken stock. So basically, you could say I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. 2 of the birds are going to be chicken stock and a chicken salad. So right now, I had this, after I took the chickens out, I had about this much stock in there. I've put a strainer and some cheesecloth over top of this and used my small measuring cup and just put it in there just to strain out any of the large pieces of chicken or the vegetables. What I did is, in addition to the 2 chickens I had some backbones, wings, necks, different things that I've been putting in the freezer each time I cook, and a bunch of vegetable ends like carrots, potato, or onions, celery. I put all of that in there, and it's been simmering since like 9 o'clock this morning, and it's now 3. So it finally has come up and ready to be canned. So I'm going to go through and finish taking all the meat off of these bones. And so I'll use that for my chicken salad and then maybe another dish this week, a casserole. And then we'll come back and I'll can this chicken stock. I'm going to do it in quart jars. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. I've rearranged a little bit, got rid of the chicken that I took all off the bone. The stock came to a boil. I've just reduced it just a little bit. It's still simmering a little bit. I've got my lids in water, hot water. They're just about boiling. Just want to soften up the rubber a little bit so it can seal well. I've already boiled the 7 jars. I like to boil my jars after I wash them. If they've sat any amount of time, I still boil them. And I've got my water in the pressure canner already coming up. Starting to get to a boil. So what we're going to do is same thing I do with my glass jars. I just clean that off, and I'm going to get my. Actually, you know what I'm going to use? I just use the same thing I was using earlier. We're just going to fill these jars, and you want about 1 inch head space. I think I'll do it this way because I'm going to drip. Towel under here. This one does not work. So we're going to ditch that idea. It'll take a little longer, but we're just going to ladle it in. I would hold the jars and do it nice and close to the pot, but like I said, this is boiling stock. So I don't want to take any chances of getting burnt. Now these are quarts, so they're going to process for 25 minutes. If you're doing pints, they are going to be 20 minutes. So I'm going to go through and finish filling all these up, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got all the jars filled. I got 7 full jars. There's probably about that much left in the bottom. I'm gonna just put that in the refrigerator. I'll use that up this week. with the other that I was saving. And if not, maybe I'll just throw it in the freezer. But this is all, I'm already done with all this. I'm gonna get it out of the way. And I'm going to take a paper towel and some white vinegar. Usually you can just wipe down with a little wet towel, but when you have anything that has any kind of fat in it, and there is chicken fat in this, and it's going to be on the rim, just go ahead and use some vinegar and wipe it down. That way you get a good seal. And try to use a different spot each time on the paper towel. And that'll just ensure that you're going to get a good seal on this. And then the extra vinegar that you have left over, pour in your canner, because if you have hard water, any minerals, anything in your water, it's going to leave your jars like filmy white. That way they'll just come out nice and bright and clean. And you're not wasting the vinegar. Okay, so all the jars are done. Did I do that one back there? Let's do it. All right. So I've got the vinegar set aside and get my lids out. Ooh, two at once. Nice and turn that up. All right, so that back there out of the way, get our lids, and we're just gonna put these on finger tight. You hear my pressure cooker back over there, boiling away. And everybody's pressure cooker is a little different, so follow the directions how much water to put in. Mine actually has a line in there, it tells you how far up to put the water, so that helps me out. I'm just gonna make sure these are finger tight. And they are very hot. Okay. So now I'm gonna put all these in there. We're going to put the lid on and let it come up to pressure and it'll steam. We're gonna let it steam for 10 minutes, just like we do everything else. A nice steady stream. And if you notice we're going with hot, it's a hot. You always wanna do that. You don't want to, this was cold and you put it in there hot, you could shatter your jars. So always do hot to hot, cold to cold. All right, jars are in. I'm gonna put the vinegar in. Put that alongside there. Get my lid. Now each time you use your pressure cooker, always make sure that your valves are loose. You can see through the hole here, which I can, right there. And this valve's in. Make sure your rubber seal's nice and loose. Always take it out after each time and wash it. Keep it clean. On mine, we just line up the two arrows and turn the lock and spin it around here for you. Now we're gonna let this go until steam starts coming out. At that time, we'll start timing for 10 minutes. We want 10 minutes of constant steam. Then we'll put on the regulator, and that's when we start the timer for 25 minutes. You don't start it now. You wait till after the 10 minutes. So it's got to come up to pressure and start steaming, and for 10 minutes and then the 25. So it's basically 35 minutes of in there cooking. So I'll be back in just a few minutes when this is steaming. We'll get it all started. Okay, y'all. I took it off. It did 25 minutes of pressure. I turned it off and stewed it over here on the cooler burners and let it depressurize. It's down to 0 now. The pressure gauge just dropped. So we're totally out of pressure. So we can open these now. Remember, always open away from you because there's going to be a lot of steam in here and you don't want to get that hot steam facial. Get this out of the way. good. Everybody's still boiling a little bit. Get them all out. I call this liquid gold. Great for chicken and noodles, chicken and dumplings, making casseroles, anything that you need to add chicken broth or chicken stock to. This is so much better than the store-bought. As you saw, I didn't add any salt. There's no preservatives in here. It's nothing but fresh chicken stock. They are beautiful. Let me show you a close-up. So now we'll just wait for them to finish cooling. Let the lids pop overnight. Tomorrow I'll check and make sure they're all sealed. Take off the bands, wash them real well, label them, put them away. So it's our fresh chicken stock canned. And if you have any questions, leave it down below in the comments. Appreciate you all coming to my kitchen and watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell if you're new here. And that way you'll get notifications each time, and hit the like and share with your friends so they can see what we've got going on here too. Talk to you soon. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye. One already popped.